Welcome back to another episode of Talk Hunting. I'm Thomas O'Connor. Today I'm joined here with Ron Ferguson, owner of Irish Creek Outfitters. We're going to be discussing some of the adventures he has to offer as our turkey season approaches. So let's start with why you chose the name you did. So Irish Creek Outfitters, where did that come from?
Well, basically, I grew up outside of Jasper, Ontario, just not far from the Rideau River system. And basically, I hunted and fished there all my life, my young life. And Irish Creek is actually a tributary that runs into the Rideau River system. Basically, after I came back from BC, I started up Irish Creek Outfitters and named it after the river that I grew up on.
And so you don't offer just turkey hunting, though, right? You have other adventures that you can take people out, other guided trips?
Yeah, basically we run 365 days a year, except for when the seasons are open. There's a couple months they're not.
Of course, yeah.
But yeah, we do everything from ice fishing trips to turkey hunts to deer hunts to duck hunts. One of our big things is muskie fishing on the Ottawa River.
Okay, yeah. And where's that located? You mentioned just outside Smith Falls in Jasper, right? That's where your turkey hunting is located.
Yeah, that's where mainly my big camp is, and that's where I do most of my turkey hunts and guided deer hunts and stuff like that.
So you do deer and turkey in Jasper.
Yep.
So then you do the fishing here outside of Renfrew in
Castleford? In Castleford, yes.
Yeah, okay. And so why did you choose that location why didn't you try the Rideau?
Well, I fished the Rideau, like I say, since I was a little kid.
Yeah.
I caught tons of muskies there. The fishing pressure is insane on the Rideau River.
Right.
I grew up between Jasper and Castleford. I had family in both areas, so I spent a lot of time as a kid fishing the Ottawa River. And honestly, Renfrew County, Castleford, if you were to take the two spots, BC and put a person in the middle of it, it looks exact same with the water, the trees.
Right.
And not a lot of people, so they can, there's days we go out in the river and you might see one boat, you might see two boats, right? So it's, when you're doing a package, when you're doing a tour for somebody, it's kind of nice they can just absorb everything and, the tranquility part of it.
So would you say the success rate for the fishing then is fairly high?
Oh, definitely, definitely. We caught a lot of fish up in the high 50s. Our biggest one was 56 inches for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you have to offer for fishing in the winter then? You said you're 365. So do you have anything that you offer at this time of year when it's dropping 25 centimeters of snow on us?
Yeah, we gotta love snow.
Yeah.
Basically what we do is we rent out ice fishing shacks. We do guided fishing tours. We have sleeper huts where people want to come in and spend 2 or 3 days, and basically they just bring a sleeping bag, pillow, their own food, and everything else is supplied for them if they want it.
Right on. Okay. So they have obviously some heat, keeps them warm.
Yep.
Yeah, you provide that. They just need their own food.
Their own food and drink, like water, whatever they want to drink and stuff like that.
So when they're coming in the summertime, do you provide anything for them during the summer? Or is that still like, do you come back and dock and eat, or you out on the boat all day? How does that look like?
Well, basically what we do is we meet up there with everybody at the dock. Then we start from there. We run 6-hour, 9-hour trips depending on what they want. We also do 4-hour.
Right.
The 6 and 9 hour, we stop at one of the islands out in the river and have a barbecued lunch for everybody. Okay. And basically it's for accommodation. We have several bed and breakfasts and hotels in town. Are in program Renfrew.
So let's talk a little bit more about hunting. So when it comes to hunting, the turkey season's approaching, right? It starts end of April. What does that look like for some of the individuals that are watching this and are wanting to learn? What do they have to expect?
Well, basically how it works is we at the main camp at the farm, we have the guests arrive there in the spring, early spring. You got to get up early. So normally we meet up around 3:30, 4 o'clock. We all meet up, have a powwow. Basically the big thing we do is we have a little safety meeting with new clients, with everybody. And that's our primary focus is safety, just because we're dealing with new hunters and, not just new hunters, but hunters that have been at it for a while and maybe have some habits that we don't really like to have around. So what we do is we go over the day, we split into our groups. We have several guides that help out during turkey season. So we can run either one man or one man, one guide, or 2 hunters, one guide type setups. And we break up into the groups. The clients meet the guides. And we go from there. And basically we have, I would say, probably close to 7,000 acres of prime turkey area that we use,
Right.
that we've been able to use for years because it's just neighbors' property, some family property, that kind of thing.
Right.
So we have that, so there's no shortage of spots that we can go. We try not to over pressurize areas and things like that. And for some of we get clients that some of them are not able to move around as much as younger guys, so we have a side by side there and blinds and that kind of stuff where we can take them in and set them up where they don't have to, try to walk like 3 or 4 kilometers and that kind of thing. And then what happens is around 11:30, 12 o'clock during the day, we'll stop and have a big barbecue lunch at the main camp.
Okay.
And a little
lunch is
chat.
provided then. For
Yeah,
them,
yeah. And if the clients do get birds, we clean them up, get them all ready, freeze them,
Right.
prepare the tails, all that kind of stuff for them for their shipment home or wherever they're going.
So with that being said, what's the typical success rate? Obviously, everybody should know hunting's hunting. Weather dependency. There's a lot of factors. What would you say most of your clients end up having as a success rate?
Well, I'd say probably, in all honesty, we're probably looking at the high 80s, 90 range as far as success rate.
Right.
It would be a lot higher, except the fact is we're dealing with new hunters, guys that aren't experienced, and they don't understand that turkeys can see you from 2 miles away. They have hearing like a radar station, and
Right.
so the biggest thing is it's patience and stuff like that. And after a guy sits there for 40 minutes, he gets antsy, and the first time he moves, well, the turkey's sitting next to him, right?
Right.
So,
Especially when you can hear them talking back to you, and you
yeah,
you want them
and
to-
you've turkey hunted lots too,
Right.
and like some days they'll be squawking up a storm, and
Right.
other days,
quiet and move in, sneak
And-
up on you, and
yeah, and you could have 2 or 3 toms sneak in on you and
not say a peep.
not say a word, right? And if you're not used to that kind of thing, you get a tom that's got a 10-inch beard on him, and he's only 3 feet from the back of your head, and he starts to gobble. Well,
Yeah.
we've had a lot of hunts get busted that way, where guys just
come
get,
out of your skin.
yeah,
Yeah.
and so it's
Start moving.
the biggest thing is just for guys to is patience is the biggest thing, and just
Right.
making sure that they know their firearm.
Yeah.
If you don't pattern it and you don't know what it is for certain ranges, like up to 50 yards or even up to, a lot of turkeys are shot at 10 or 15 yards, and with a different style of choke tubes and ammunition now,
Yeah.
not everybody shoots the same. So if they have to make sure they know, they have to go to a range or wherever they're going and make sure that they know and they're comfortable at that distance that they can take the shot.
So being very proficient with their firearms and understanding those ranges. And
Yeah, because
what their pattern is at 70 yards or at 10 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because when the turkey, a lot of people say turkeys are stupid, but they're not.
No,
It's-
absolutely not. You're in their environment.
Yeah, and a lot of times you'll get one chance, and you can't second guess yourself because you got to be ready. And
Yeah.
if that giant trophy tom,
Yeah.
you're trying to guess, well, I don't know if I can shoot him.
So what I'm understanding from you is that it's almost a guarantee that they'll be able to set eyes on one of these turkeys,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
whether they go home with one is up
Yeah,
to them,
and
right?
the other thing too is weather conditions.
Yeah.
There's a whole
slew of issues that can
Yeah,
pop up, right?
yeah.
No, I hear you.
yeah.
So that being said, when we're talking about environment conditions and different settings, what should your clients bring to be a little more successful? What especially for the new people that may not have certain things, they may expect that you'll provide it, right? So
Yeah.
and maybe go over what you provide and what the client should obviously bring a firearm with them, right? You're
Yeah.
not going to provide their firearm, but what on top of that, what do you expect from your client, and what can you provide for them if they don't have it?
Well, basically what they need to bring is they need to bring their firearm, they need
Yep.
to bring their own ammunition,
Yep.
their own camo, whatever they're comfortable with. Like we hunt a lot of field edges, hardwoods,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. Basically, the 2 most important things are the hat, the face mask, and the gloves.
Okay.
Because if you move anything,
They pick up on it.
yeah, it's just like a beaming light. They can pick that up from a couple miles away.
Okay.
So basically, we supply We supply the blinds, the chairs. We have shooting sticks. We supply all the decoys, all that kind of stuff. We do all the calling. We do get clients that want to come in and basically they want to learn how to call themselves, and
Right.
and we'll do that for them. We'll let them call.
Yeah.
But we tell them, like, the thing is, if you're out there and you're calling for the first time, it drops your success
Oh,
rate.
for sure.
So,
Yeah. You squawk it the wrong way, they know the difference between.
well, yeah, you're
you and
basically
I
talking
and
to
them,
them.
and- yeah. So if they're wanting to bring their own equipment to try it out, are you okay with that?
Yep.
Like, are you okay if they bring their own blind or their
Oh,
own
definitely.
decoys? Let's say
Definitely.
you're okay
Yeah.
with them bringing that. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's not a
No,
an
not an
at all.
issue.
So how experienced do you think your guides are then? Are they confident in because that's going to be their next question, right? Are you just throwing them in the bush? Are these people, are they able to actually teach them, or are they just there to monitor them? Like how's that working?
No, the guys that work for me are top notch. They've been around, they've hunted, they fished, they've done everything. So I got guys that work in the medical field. I got guys that worked in the law enforcement field. I
Yeah.
worked search and rescue. So all the guys that I have with me are very dedicated, smart individuals. So there's no, just show up the local pub and grab Joe Blow and say, hey, do you want a turkey hunt? No, the guys are good. They're excited. They're not. That's the thing when you guide or outfit. You want people to have as much enthusiasm as the people that are paying for the trip, right? And that's what I got. I got guys that are more eager sometimes to go than the clients, like hound dogs. So yeah.
So as that season closes, what do you transition into next? What's your next thing that you do through?
Muskie and walleye fishing.
Okay.
As soon as
So
turkey
that's into
season's
your
over-
charters
Yeah.
on the river.
Yeah.
So discuss that. So after that closes, then what's next after that? You mentioned earlier deer hunting. You
we start getting ready for deer hunting, bow hunting, rifle hunting, a little bit of black powder.
Yeah.
We like to do duck hunting too, a little
Yeah.
bit of goose hunting, duck hunting, but our main focus for ducks is creek shooting for woodies. That's our big thing that we do.
on the Irish Creek
Yeah,
itself.
yeah,
That's
down there
good.
on the Reno River.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got several spots where it's got a good wood duck population. So
And then as that transitions, you said that you go in through the deer. Run me through that. What does that look like? Most people kind of have an understanding that you're going to take them into a field and we're out on a boat and shoot some wood ducks, and that's kind of self-explanatory. But deer hunting, what does that look like? Do you provide a stand, a blind? What are they?
we supply all that. If we get hunters that want to hunt out of a ground blind, we get hunters that like to hunt out of a box blind or a tree stand.
Okay.
We have several different ones. We have lots of 2-man ladder stands, box blinds, food plots, all that kind of stuff we set up. So we can pretty well accommodate any kind of hunter that wants to come.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we don't sit there for the whole hunt with them.
Right.
Basically, we set them up. We'll put deer scent out, do whatever. A lot of guys want to do a little bit of calling themselves.
Yeah.
We'll take them to the stand, drop them off, or show them a map so they can walk in, that they're not affecting the deer that are bedding or whatever, and
Right.
that kind of thing. And then we'll pick them up. And if they want, they can come back to the camp. We'll pick them up, bring back to the camp, and we'll cook up a lunch for them during the day and
Okay.
all that kind of stuff.
So very similar to your turkeys,
Yep.
other than you're not sitting beside them the
Yeah.
whole time, right?
Yeah. We just do that because the more people you put in the bush with deer hunting, their noses and
Yeah, to wind direction.
so it's better if one guy's sitting there being real still and
Yeah.
there's a better chance of seeing something.
And what are your prices for these events? Can you just maybe capture some of that? So let's start with your shacks. It's wintertime now. People are going to watch this. They may want to get out there
Well,
and
most of the
User
rates
services.
are on my website at
Okay.
www.irishcreekoutfitters.net. But basically, for an overnight hut rental, it's $80 per person per night. That's for the sleeper huts, and then if they wanted to come in for a day, it's like $120 for a day from 6 in the morning till 8 at night.
okay.
Basically, yeah.
And they can bring as many people as they want.
For
or-
the day rentals, yeah, they
Okay.
can, yeah.
Obviously, the sleepers only have what?
Yeah,
how many-
most of them have 4 bunks, so
Okay.
yeah, we try to keep it to a minimum that way. They're easier to move around.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then your charters. We'll stick to the fishing. So what's your charters look like for pricing?
Basically, it's around 3. I base it on 2 people. But if there's just one person come along, I make a better deal. But basically, for a 2-person 6-hour charter, it runs around 340, 350
Okay.
for 6 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then turkey. What does the turkey hunting look like?
Basically, the turkey rates are. It equals out to about around 200 per hunter
Okay.
for the day.
And if they bring a group of people, does the price change, or
If
is it
it's
still about that same?
A little bit. The thing is that if they bring big groups, like say they bring 6 or 8 people, you still have to have the same amount of guides to do that. So
Doesn't fluctuate much then.
no, it's a little bit of a deal, but not like you can't chop it like 30-40%. Just because you still have to pay for your help and all that during the day. So
Right. And then what about come later in the fall for your goose, duck, and deer hunting? What does that look like?
well, basically the duck hunting in the fall is about $250 a person for a full day, and then the deer hunt is $275 per person per day.
Okay.
Yeah.
And groups are welcome too? Or?
Yeah, we can take large groups for duck hunting. We can take up to 6 guys,
Okay.
and then deer hunting we can do groups up to 4 or 5 guys, no problem.
Okay.
We have enough ground to set them up on that.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to share with people? Like
Give us a call and check us out and see what you think, and book a trip, because we are top notch. Like we've done stuff with Ontario Outdoors and Cabela's and all that stuff. So
okay, so you have some decent connections.
Yep.
And stuff. That's
Yep.
good.
yeah, we're a good company. So come check us out.
So guys, thanks for joining us here today. Ron, I appreciate you having the time to be on this episode.
Anytime.
Right on. So, as you guys heard, you can visit him at www.irishcreekoutfitters.net. He's got his cell phone number up there, his email address. That's right, yeah?
Yep.
And you guys can book adventures starting today. Like he said, he's got his ice fishing out there now. We'll be transitioning into the turkey hunting, which is what we'll be discussing in more depth later on as to how to create your own turkey call if you want to make one to bring on one of his guided trips. I'll be going over some calling techniques so that you guys can practice it. As he said, you got to be fairly decent at calling. You can get some practice in so we're not spooking animals. And then we'll hopefully be able to transition right through the summer. You can get out on a charter, and availability at this point is wide open, yeah?
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Definitely.
So huts are probably getting booked up a wee bit.
Yeah, it books up fast.
Right on. Okay. So get on there now. Get your night booked or your day booked, and then don't be afraid to, while you're on the phone, talk to him about his charters in the summer, turkey hunting in the spring, and then even right through to the fall. As you guys know, there's lots of hunting to go around. Thanks for joining us. It's Talk Hunting. Stay tuned, and we'll hopefully bring you some better information on turkey calling.